she is. Hey, Lindsay! Ahoy!
What did you call me?
What you doing on those rocks, my friend? Hey?
I am shaken, not stirred.
Oh, you're stuck, right?
Yeah, I'm stuck.
Well, hey, you jump on this Adwit-fueled rowboat, my friend, because it's full of writer resources and stuff to get you excited about writing again.
Prove it.
Okay, let's get past the opening theme music and let's get stuck in.
Let's.
Also, can you row for a bit? Because my arms are tired.
Metaphorically or actually?
Both! Okay, folks, welcome back to Adwit Podcast, the audio drama writing indie toolkit you need. Yes, you gorgeous creative, for making amazing audio drama with the fabulous creative pod host, writer of articles and newsletters of audio loving joy and more. She, her, Lindsay Harris Friola.
And jack of all trades and instigator of things. She, her, I just want to act, I'm just a Sarah Golden.
I do love our writing-based AD chats, Lindsay.
Me too.
So, it's been a while, hasn't it? We've planned. Mm-hmm. Life has lifed the life into us.
And out.
And not to get too Sherlock about this, but it seems you're stuck on your audio drama writing journey, my friend.
Indubitably.
Yeah, okay. So, put that pipe out. This is a no-smoking podcast.
Oh, you're no fun.
Ha. Well, I am when I get a groovy script in my hand. So let's use this app to explore a myriad of cool things to get your creative doodahs flowing.
My doodahs? Is that allowed in audio?
Yep. So, for starters, I recommend you go outside. Yes, go on, out you go. Go and look at that beautiful sky. I mean, have you seen the Moon and Venus and Jupiter in alignment this week, Lindsay? It's so cool. And, you know, I do love that you and I and all the people listening can just look up and see the same moon at the same time.
It's so romantic.
It is. So go on, get out there and go howl at the moon. Yeah, I just think about how small and insignificant everything is, and then appreciate being right here, right now, listening to this with us and thinking about how we're so small and insignificant. And
you're entering a loop there, Sarah.
So I am. So, yeah, just get out under the bare skies, see some nature, listeners. Go on. And you, Lindsay. But wait, hang on, not yet, actually. No, I mean later, actually, because we've got a lot to get through. So, yeah, get out and have some think time. That always helps with creativity. Get your bare feet buried in the lawn, why don't you?
Sounds good. Let's get grounded, people. Because it's true, isn't it, Sarah? Life can get very busy and hard and urgent, and just finding time to be is a good thing.
It truly is. Are you being now? Because I'm trying to be, thinking, therefore I am. All that.
Good job.
Now, Lindsay, I know you walk with your gorgeous husky dog, Simone, but maybe, have a few walk sessions where, perhaps instead of a listen to podcast, which I know you do vociferously.
Ooh, good word.
I'm allowed 3 5-syllable words a day. So, yeah, instead of listening to groovy podcasts, you just listen to yourself, yeah? You just get a chance to talk in your own head, to, look up, see what's in front of you, hear you. I mean, I don't think we do enough of that anymore.
True. And we're quite good company, aren't we? Me, myself, and I.
We are indeed. So, yeah, just walk, appreciate nature, listen to your thoughts, or walk along and talk your thoughts, or maybe a story just into your phone. Just easy enough, isn't it? Or, let's go left field here. You don't have to be in a field, though. Why not note 3 passerbys' garb on your walk, and then make up some character traits from just those costumes. Make up some new characters for them, eh?
Okay. But what if my story isn't of this timeline? Their clothes won't fit.
Okay, well, think about the textures, the patterns and colour mix and what they tell you about someone. Or more deeply, these folks' ancestors, huh? Yeah, imagine them. Are they better or worse off than their war-torn great-grandparents? Are they jealous of their offspring's offspring? Disappointed or proud?
Heavy stuff.
Yeah. I mean, also, whilst we're off on some tangents, as usual, you could think about the weather you're in, right? And make that weather the mood of your protagonist. What's it called? Pathetic I can't remember. Someone will tell me. Pathetic. I can't remember. For example, a raging windy storm or sunny, snowy disposition. I mean, just look at that weather forecast for the week and, make each scene that mood so it changes with the weather. Yeah.
Ooh, sounds intriguing. A little test of the D'Urbervilles has got to be a good thing.
Yeah, it's just getting you doing, right? I mean, work begets work, ideas beget ideas, right? So sometimes just get out there into this big, bright, beautiful world and get inspired, people. And then you'll start to see characters in house types, in cars and pets. I mean, is writing something better than writing nothing?
No, they say to fuel the fire is easier than sparking up a new one.
Do they? Wise folks, aren't they?
You just made that up and made me say it, didn't you?
Maybe. But hey, if you don't want to or can't write, why not draw? Yeah, draw costumes, draw weather and personify it. I mean, sing an improvised scene into your phone. I've got most of Mum's the Musical sung into my phone. Now I just need to transpose it and find someone who can write music. Fun times. So yeah, have a go at saying things rather than writing things sometimes. Dictate it and see what happens.
Okay, I will. Mm-hmm. I might. It's a start, but it's a little sporadic and spread out and sprawling for my liking. I mean, okay, I like these ideas, and yes, I can try them, but there has to be more.
Lindsay, there's so much more. I mean, I haven't asked you your budget, but how do you feel about a course, hey? An online course to enthuse you? How's about a splash out of a few dollars to do the Audio Drama 101 course for those folks from Wolf 359 and Unseen, Gabrielle Urbina, Zach Valenti and Sarah Shackett?
Oh, is that the Fear of Public Shame group?
There's links in the show notes.
Ooh, yeah, you know what? I'm definitely interested in what they're doing. That sounds really great, but that's for making an audio drama as a whole. And at the moment, I don't have a budget. And also, I have created audio drama before, and maybe that course is for beginners or for people with a different focus and less experience.
You're right. Yeah, it's a great course, though. I mean, I've got to say, and if you're interested as a beginner in making audio drama and not just writing, there's also the amazing Fred Greenhouse free course, which I took a few years ago, and it is glorious.
That's the finalrune.com one, right? I love that course. I have it bookmarked in my phone to tell myself to watch it, because I think he's really got a good point of view. I love Fred. So how about inspirational podcasts? What kind of podcast do you think I should listen to?
More inspirational and groovier than this one. Oh, you listen to the podcast?
If it's possible.
If it's possible, it might be. You listen to the podcast, No Bad Ideas?
Not yet.
Oh, it's a fun one. They chat on an idea, and they talk it through and see where it goes. It's very inspiring. Here's the blurb from their website. Do you want to share it with the adwissions?
For our listeners, I'd do anything. I quote, No Bad Ideas is a storytelling game show where we take the worst ideas from the internet and try to turn them into stories that are actually good. I kind of love the idea of hearing creative writers flesh out a story from an intriguing starting point and get creative from real life or imagined scenarios. Okay, we're getting warmer here. Any more cool podcasts?
Well, there's Right Now.
You mean Living in the Moment?
Well, yes to that too, but the ever-brilliant Sarah Ray Werner is making episodes on a writer interview podcast where she just chats to all sorts of amazing writers, all sorts of mediums, from novelist and flash fic folk to audio folks about the craft. I mean, it's truly groovy, it's calming and very inspiring. I also enjoy a dip into Writing with Hattie Crisell podcast. Links in show notes.
Is that audio fiction specific?
No, it's a mixture of novelists and songwriters, comedy writers, and more. But it's still a good listen. And for more audio fiction inspiration, why not try Keith W. Tim's first episode of? It looks at folks' first episodes and is a great chat. And, it's great to see some behind-the-scene audio creatives chatting, isn't it? Also, they do that on Radio Drama Revival and Sonic Society too, so do check those out.
Okay, cool. I will check more of that out. No excuses.
Oh, Yeah, how's about writing excuses? Yeah, it's a 15-minute writing pod and describes itself as, I quote, a fast-paced educational podcast for writers by writers. It airs weekly with new episodes appearing each Sunday evening at around 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Episodes vary in length from 15 to 25 minutes, but are usually less than 20 minutes long. The tagline, 15 minutes long because you're in a hurry and we're not that smart, isn't super accurate time-wise, but it's a haiku, so we're keeping it. Our goal is to help our listeners become better writers, whether they write for fun or for profit, whether they're new to the domain or old hands. Writing Excuses has something to offer. We love to write, and our listeners do too. Oh, isn't that nice?
I think I'm going to dip into that one. Great. Okay, enough of other podcasts. What if I want to feel more spontaneous in my own writing, huh?
Well, Neil Jones and friends have an Improvise Your Writing course that runs a few times a year. And have you ever just typed in writing prompt to a search engine? I mean, if you're not sure where to start and you are well and truly stuck as to where to start, try that and get writing. In fact, should we give it a go right now?
I'm game.
Okay. Best typing fingers already. Okay.
Ready.
There we go.
All right.
Okay, follow the link in our show notes. You got the page up, Lindsay?
I do. 500 Writing Prompts to Help Beat Writer's Block by Kelsey Worsham at Written Word Media.
Okay, what genre do you fancy today?
Wanted some supernatural or a bit of fantasy?
Kinky. Okay, give me a number between 1 and 50.
I'm going to click on paranormal, actually, I think. All right, I'm going to give you a number between 1 and 50. 42.
Here's the prompt. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Write a story that includes a character hearing their fate by a fortune teller.
Okay, I'm going to set a timer, folks, and we have 2 minutes to start a dialogue with 2 people from that prompt. Are you
clicking my
ready?
tab. Can you hear
3,
that? 2,
2,
1.
1, go. I'm gonna add some inspiring music here, Lindsay.
Oh, you're so good. Okay.
Keep writing, folks. Keep writing, folks, okay? Whatever comes to mind, do not let that pen leave the page or the fingers leave that keyboard. Go, go, go. It's 1 minute gone. Seconds left.
Uh-oh.
Ten seconds left.
Damn it. That would have been faster if I'd typed. But my brain relaxed more because I wasn't typing.
Yeah, that's really interesting, actually. What kind of groovy pen have you got there, ma'am?
This is a Pilot G207, and I highly recommend these, but what I don't like about them is, I mean, they are refillable, but people tend to think of these as disposable pens, just like it's a rollerball, and they are literally the best pens ever. However, I prefer using a refillable fountain pen, but that's a whole other episode.
Woohoo, more apps, glorious.
Do you want me to read you what I've got?
Yes, please, my friend.
Okay, so the problem is that it doesn't have context, but anyway, okay. She waved the King of Cups at me like a nagging flag. You already know what you're supposed to do, Nick, the fortune teller said. I inhaled deeply and silently prayed to Jesus. I knew the coach wanted me to get out of my head. It's not my favorite play, I said, but you gotta do it. Again, probably could have gotten more in if I'd been typing, but that was for context, I was imagining Nick Foles getting a tarot card reading right before the Super Bowl that he played in, where he threw the winning play.
End scene. Oh, you're giving away the ending.
You think? All I thought of was, I was like, well, what would you see in a reading that would spark you to feel one way or another? So I was like, King of Cups. Okay, let's see what that does.
No, I think the world does need more Super Bowl-based audio dramas, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that you've used Tarot Groovily there, that great source of drama that you've tapped into. I think there's much that can be made from a tarot deck. You know what I mean? I think it's being made, but there's room for more. Okay, do you want to hear mine then?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, so I reckon you need to sit down for this. What? So you should make sure you do not go up above the level of a one-story building for this week. Why? I see falling, yeah. Like from grace? No. From an airplane? Please do not do that this week. So, falling. It doesn't end well. So what? You die. Oh, so you see that in the ball. Yes. In your hands. Yes. Oh my God.
In the ball? You see that?
I see so many things in so many balls you wouldn't believe, Lindsay. And this one says, huzzahs, we have written something.
Yes, we've written something and it feels good.
Right, as a start, isn't it? Yeah, if you've managed to write something, do send it to us, please, at writersadwit@gmail.com.
Yes, please do send it to us because we would love to read it. It doesn't necessarily mean that we'll read it on the show because we've got well, what else have we got? I'm getting pumped here, Sarah. What else have we got? What else have we got for writing unstuckness? What else have we got?
Well, you could always jump on the writing evenings that Julie Hoverson hosts. She does a reading and feedback session of new writing online every Wednesday. All abilities, experience are welcome.
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah, we blooming should.
We should.
I did one or two for the old Audio Drama Hub virtual pub sessions. I might do those again somewhen. And do look out on the Audio Drama Hub Facebook group for other folks like Paul Spencer running these scratch night sessions online. Or, to be honest, Lindsay, folks could start their own, right?
Absolutely, sure could. I guess they could put an ask into the Fiction Podcast Weekly to say the time and link, and folks could find fun from there.
Yes, super resource, that newsletter, Lindsay. You're a legend, truly.
You are too kind. You are too kind. You absolutely are too kind. So, let's say I use some of these suggestions and I get unstuck and I've written something I actually like and I've finished it. Where can I put it? Who can I get to produce it if I just want to share it with the world? Sure.
Well, if you don't have the time, skill, or inclination to make it yourself, there's such a lot of amazing opportunities. I mean, I've just started, I'm very excited, a groovy job as production manager with Wireless Theatre under the super amazing Marielle Renée-Quebec, and they have an open submission window, people. Check the website and send them your good stuff. Submissions at wirelesstheatre.co.uk. I mean, they might want to produce it, right? You could be working with me. Don't let that put you off.
I know the radio drama competition in England is a great one for getting international scripts.
Yeah, the deadline is usually at the end of the year, around November, and then there's live judging in March annually, in person. Yeah, there's also the pen to print audio drama competition. That's for new writers and open as we record this till the 31st of March 2023, and thereafter scripts of 30 minutes, 4,000 to 5,000 words long.
I just found out about that one yesterday because you told me about it.
Huzzahs for telling pals about groovy opportunities. Do share these finds, people. Do. And I was a voice actor in the winning script from this year.
Good.
It's very exciting. By Fraser Armitage, Postcards from Another World. It was produced by the inimitable Chris Gregory of Alt Fiction. And such great fun. Please do go listen. And tell the author what you thought of it, because I think it's groovy. Oh, and Austin Film Festival is currently looking for the next amazing thing. Deadline of 3rd of March. Before prices hike up for those scripts. It's $40 at the moment, so go get them, kids.
I think that I think the Amelia Project was an Austin Film Festival honoree. I believe they were.
A couple of years ago. Yeah. They came second, I think. They was robbed.
Yeah.
Robbed, I tell you. And they're 5 seasons in there. Awesome.
I saw their article and a few years ago on Top Tips for Audio Folks. It had some great advice from folks like Casey Wayland, who said, find a story that suits the medium. In terms of finding the right story to tell, I think that sound has to be the character and the main driving force behind every choice that you make. Why am I telling the story in audio only? This is my favorite question with writing. Why is it not a visual medium? And I think once you figure out that question and the angle of which to tell the story, I think that's kind of the key to find the oral way of saying this rather than showing it visually.
Yeah, I do love that.
Yeah.
I mean, my interview with Casey Wayland and all the folks I have on Indie AF have tons and tons of advice to share on producing and writing. So, do find that resource and lap it up, folks. I've got many of the greats we know and love, including Paul Bay, Faith McQuinn, Lauren Shippen, who was also quoted in a previous Austin Film Fest meet as saying brilliant and useful things like, use silence to your advantage. Silence, too, is a really good resource because most people who are listening to audio drama have seen TV shows. They've seen films, they've seen plays, and from context, you imagine what the silence is. You're going to fill in that silence yourself, and that can make it even more exciting as a listener because you can't actually see what the expressions are on the actors' faces, but given what just came before that silence, you're going to fill in that space, and you can imagine whatever you want.
Is that enough silence for effect?
No. There can never be too much.
Okay, clever clogs. What about writing specific courses? I do love courses. Should I do some writing courses?
I mean, you want to prevaricate or feel like you want to learn from someone else, then cool, do some courses. I mean, I prefer you just cracked on and wrote it, but you want courses? Do courses.
What's out there?
Well, you could try an EDX or MOOC, M-O-O-C course. Some are free. There's Udemy too. I did an editing course on that in Audacity a good while ago, fun times. Yeah, so there's lots there to get involved with online, and you can do them at your own pace, right? Which is often the best pace there is. There's UK-based, in-person, online, Avon courses too. City Academy and London Lit Lab, Cardiff University. Oh, they all do a short course in some cool writing elements. And there's, of course, bigger time commitment in MAs and MFAs in, kids writing, creative writing, and so many much writings to get you a master's and those groovy letters after your name if that's where you want to get you enthused and, structured. Oh, hang on, you did an MFA, didn't you, Lindsay? All over the place. How long was that for?
4 years.
4 years?
4 years. 4 short years, a few of them good.
And of course there's Goldsmith courses, City Lit courses, and even the National Film and Television School radio courses in the UK can lead you to all sorts of new writing adventures. I guess it all depends if you have a budget though, right? And there are places to get help for that with sponsorship opportunities and hardship funds for most bigger courses.
Yeah, well, what about people who... I want to make sure I'm using the right terminology. What about hello listeners from the disabled community? If that's the correct terminology, I want to make sure I'm not screwing this up. We'd love to hear more about what you're writing too, so drop us a line at writersadwood@gmail.com. I mean, come on, Sarah, you know stuff. There must be funding for disabled creatives to help get finance for projects, surely.
Yes, there's various grants, but do a search for your local area and see if there's a groovy group near you. There is a company called Elevate as well. Now, Elevate is a cool, accessible program for disabled creatives with grants around $10,000 to develop some work. So, get stuck in, folks. Links in the show notes.
Actually, one one thing I want to add, in the UK, it's so much easier to get funding for training like this. In the US, it's a little bit more difficult, but it depends on your state. So check your state, check your county. And another one that I believe it's Danielle Desir runs a list of grants and funding opportunities and assistance in general for podcasters of color. I don't know if it's just women podcasters of color or if it's just podcasters of color in general. I don't know the specifics, but her last name is spelled Desir, and she has a mailing list about that. It's just that it's, I forgot to mention it, but I'm glad that we're talking about it now. But like one of the things in some states, big corporations are required to give a certain amount of money to the arts. Is there any help from the big guns?
Well, there's so many links and good resources in the BBC radio drama page, right? Huzzah for the BBC!
Ooh, like what?
Well, scripts you can read, format guides, producers talking about the craft, writing the Archers, Homefront, just great stuff to just get you thinking, reading, analysing, and hopefully doing. But Lindsay, what about collaboration? Do you want to write with someone else?
Well, maybe, but where do I find these Uber legends who are interested in collaborating?
Well, you could put a call out on the Fiction Podcast News Weekly or the Audio Drama Hub or Circle Community on the podcast host.
I could.
So, look, here you go. Look, read this. It's from Misha Stanton and one of many articles of call on the Multitudes website.
Okay. Question. When did you start to look for co-writers? Where do you find them? Misha answers. After the first season of Ars Paradoxica, when it became clear that it was going to be a project too big for one writer, we went to our friends. We asked friends to recommend other friends, and we scoped out Facebook posts of people we liked, people who spoke with a clear voice and a definite passion. A few of them had never even published fiction before, but we weren't looking for technical skill, we were looking for voice. Of course, we happened to go to a communication school and had lots of friends who were good communicators, so that probably helped.
And now Misha's producing amazing things for Marvel and all sorts, and some of those writers are also successful in audio mediums well beyond indie realms. Very exciting.
Cool. So, Multitude is set up to give general advice, right?
Right.
Okay, so where can I go for specific writing help?
Okay, so there's the Writers Guild of America, WGAE. You don't have to be American to access it, by the way. They have a groovy Discord, which is thumping all the time, and we'll link to it in the show notes. In there's lots of amazing advice, and writers from audio fiction I truly do admire in there. So go have a look.
So what do they do?
Well, they share good practice and events and meetups and articles and jobs, and they just cheerlead each other's work in progress, which I think is also a groovy thing.
Yeah, I need that.
Lind, S-A-Y, go Lindsay far and Lindsay high.
Oh, Sarah, don't give up on the day job.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm always doing more. Okay, so...
Okay, yeah. So are there any other opportunities?
Sure, yeah, there's folks like Pendant who have script submission windows for their seminar series. Pendant call for writers all the time.
That's not paid, right?
No, but it's fun and well respected, and you can cut your teeth in a safe place.
Oh, that sounds painful.
Wow, that's writing, right?
Yeah.
Also groovy is Podcastle and Pseudopod for horror and sci-fi storytellers, paid some cents by the word for your stories. They have pitch letter examples and short stories, flash fiction too.
Ooh, looking at their page now from our show notes link, some great pitch examples there too. Handy stuff.
Yeah. Alistair Stewart, Ledge, who works for them, and Escape Artist also does a very groovy newsletter, folks, on general interest fiction stuff. You can send him your new releases in the full lid when you're done with this podcast, if you like.
And well, there's also unmissable newsletters from Sarah Ray Werner, William J. Meyer, and of course the Fiction Podcast Weekly is a must-read for discerning audio drama creatives. If you can read it, then share it. We'll love you forever.
Sure will. And then there's blogs. Blogs to follow include Sarah Ray Werner, William J. Mayer, Craig Robotham, Wireless Theatre do written newsletter interviews, which are groovy, with many AD creatives. Also, I keep up with David Devereux's blog, Tin Can Audio. And find shows to listen to via the Audio Drama Sunday hashtag or the Friday promo thread on the Audio Drama Hub Facebook group. And Robin Howell's Sky Full of Pods review blog. Always some great recommendations in there.
I just did a quick search for writing opportunities and found folks like Christopher Fielder share 100 general writing opportunities.
Yeah, there's lots of things like that, only a search away.
Yes.
So, keep an eye on the BBC Opportunities page too for some paid and some not paid fun opportunities.
There's so many places to find things. I feel invigorated, Sarah.
I'm glad to hear it. Well, let's not peak too soon, though.
Thank you.
As you're feeling proactive, have you ever just typed 20-minute writing sprints into a search engine, Lindsay?
Into a search engine? No.
Well, let's leave the good folks at home to do just that, and they can have 20 minutes of stream of consciousness typing or writing.
Well, yeah, I could do that. Yep, they'll be writing so fast now, steam will be coming off their keyboards. I can hear it now.
Yeah, let's help it manifest.
Yeah.
Folks listening now will soon be typing those ideas so fast, the steam will be foaming off their fingers and keyboards.
I don't think you mean foaming.
No, me neither. So, folks, just last tips of today's episode. Do a search for famous painting of people. Choose the 7th painting it shows you.
I like that.
Set a timer for 5 minutes and write the dialogue between the characters in the painting. Go!
Can I do that too?
Yeah, let's write. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for listening, folks. Hope you've discovered some fun resources and ways in to get you out of a writing rut. Happy writing!
Shh, I'm focusing. I've got to get all the words out.
Okay, listeners. Looks like our doodahs are at last flowing vociferously. Hooray! Let's leave Lindsay to write some super amazing AD. Bye-bye for now, and happy writing!
Avanti!
I want tea too. Earl Grey, please, and chocolate. Maybe a hobnob. Bye! You lucky folks have been listening to the Audio Drama Writers Independent Toolkit, hosted by Sarah Golding and Lindsay Harris-Friel. Audio engineering, sound design and music, gorgeous music by Vincent Friel. Huzzahs! If you enjoyed what you heard, please do write us a review on Podchaser or on Apple Podcasts, or any podcatcher, quite frankly. We'd love to hear what you think. Or you can tweet about us if you like. Yes, our Twitter handle is @AdwitPodcast, and please do keep in touch. We'd love to know how you're getting on with all the exercises and more. Or if you just want to say hello, do that too. You can write to us at writersadwit@gmail.com, and for more information about what we're doing and what we're up to and how, visit our website at adwit.org. Thank you very much for listening, people. I hope you have a good day. Take care, bye.
Adwit is created and recorded on the unceded land of the Lenni Lenape Nation. To learn more about the Lenape, their history, and their culture, please visit their website at lenapenation.org.
Copyright 2023 6630 Productions. $6630 Productions.